Okay, so responding to this comment here, which is something that I do hear a lot, saying, oh, it's a lot of political theater, but Republicans are stripping all of our rights and getting all this stuff done. When are Democrats going to actually do something? Okay, deep breath. Here's the answer. Democrats don't control the House of Representatives. I asked rhetorically if Hakeem Jeffries is the real speaker because he had to deliver the votes in order to pass a continuing resolution, which is basically just, yes, okay, we'll fund the government only for 45 days. We're funding our government 45 days at a time, not because Democrats aren't doing anything, but because Republicans control the House of Representatives. They have the majority. And when you have the majority, you get to choose who the speaker is. After 15 votes, they chose Kevin McCarthy, who's not exactly great at this job. Democrats cannot bring any bills to the floor, meaning if they have a great idea for a bill, something that you might like as a voter that's voting for Democrats, they can't bring it to the floor because they don't have the speakership. They don't have the gavel. Only Kevin McCarthy can allow bills to go to the floor unless Democrats do an underround around him, like a discharge petition. That's my dog barking, which they were going to do if he hadn't figured out a way to get through and fund the government by agreeing to let them provide the additional votes for funding the government to pass. The way that you can get through the things that Joe Biden has talked about, the things that Democrats have promised, Democrats have to control both the House and the Senate and the White House, because then a bill that emerges from the House goes through the Senate, they'll pass that, and then Biden signs it. Divided government is like a cute concept until you have divided government and you have one party that doesn't want to govern. They just want to break things. And that's what Republicans are doing with their divided government. They're basically not governing at all. They're using their House majority to impeach Joe Biden. They can't even figure out what for. To do crazy theater, which Marjorie Taylor Greene does every day, and which Matt Gaetz is doing, to just do stupid theater to get themselves on box. They're actually not doing anything. But yet it's Democratic voters who complain that Democrats aren't doing anything. What is it that you want them to do? They do not control the House. If you want Democrats to pass bills you want, you're going to need to give them the House. And they're going to need to have the Senate. And not just have the Senate by 52 votes, which is what they have now. They need 60 votes. Go throughout history. All of the big bills that have passed, from the Social Security Act to Medicare to Medicaid to the Civil Rights Act, all of them passed. To Obamacare, all passed when Democrats had at least 60 votes in the Senate. Why? Because in the Senate, there's a thing called the filibuster, in which one senator can stop any bill from going forward. Meaning if Democrats have even 59 votes, they can't move things through the Senate either. The answer ain't sexy, it ain't cute, but that's the answer. If you want Democrats to do the things you want, you need to give them the votes. They need to have control of the House, meaning they can move bills through, and they need 60 votes in the Senate. You give them that, and if they don't do what you want, then you can complain about the Democrats. Until then, focus your anger on the people doing this to you. It ain't the Democrats. They ain't perfect, but they ain't the ones doing this. It is amazing to me that Democratic-leaning voters will blame the party that's trying to survive this and help you survive it, instead of blaming the people doing it. It's like y'all almost prefer your oppressor over the people who are trying to work for you. The answer ain't that complicated. Vote in more freaking Democrats and vote in enough Democrats in the Senate so they have 60 votes. It ain't a sexy answer, but that's the answer. Sorry, y'all. Be well.